All right, this is going to be my AP macro review today. As you can see, I'm in 2013. So just do a Google search, AP macro FRQ. You click the first link. Go down to where it says past FRQs. You click on there, and then you can get to the 2013. Hopefully you're familiar with that process at this point. All right, if you haven't, pause the video, go do the 2013. I want you to do the long essay. I want you to do A, B, and C. Do not do D and E. Reason being is this is Unit 6 stuff. This is stuff we are not held accountable for this test on May 18th. All right, and thank God for that, because look at E. It says assume the United States current account balance is zero. Current account balance. How many of you could explain the current account right now, right? Yeah, that's easily forgettable stuff. So I, for one, am kind of I am happy about the fact that Unit 6 is not going to be included. So 2013, A, B, and C. Pause the video. I'm going to go over that in just a second. Okay, number one says assume the United States economy is operating at full employment using a correctly labeled graph of the long run aggregate supply, short run aggregate supply, and aggregate demand. Show each of the following. Okay, so at full employment means the aggregate demand, aggregate supply curves are intersecting on long run aggregate supply. You label it correctly, you're good. Now, I know you're not drawing graphs, but again, I don't know how they're going to kind of test this without the graphs. So it may be something like where you explain it. So even though you're not graphing, I still think these questions are going to be beneficial in practicing. B says, assume that personal savings in the United States increase. Using a correctly labeled graph of the loanable funds market, show the impact of the increase in personal savings on the real interest rate. Okay, well, if you think of that loanable funds graph, if there's an increase in personal savings in the United States, that means more money is going into the banks. That means there's going to be an increase in the supply of loanable funds. If you increase the supply of loanable funds, you shift that supply of loanable funds to the right, that is going to decrease the real interest rate. So if you drew that graph, you're increasing the supply of loanable funds. It's shifting to the right. You're showing that decrease in the real interest rate. Part C says, based on the real interest rate change identified in Part B, will interest-sensitive expenditures increase, decrease, or remain unchanged? So in other words, spending that is sensitive to changes in interest rate, is it going to increase, decrease, or remain unchanged? Well, if interest rates go down, consumer spending is going to go up. And if interest rates go down, investment spending is going to go up. All right? Those are what interest-sensitive expenditures are. So consumer spending is an interest-sensitive expenditure, as is investment spending. If you decrease an interest rate, both of those are going to increase. Part 2 for C says, what will happen to the rate of economic growth? It is going to increase. All right, the real interest rate has gone down. Now, they want an explanation of this. This is really common. I would not be surprised at all if you saw something about this, something like this on May 18th. So when interest rates gone down, what's going to happen to economic growth? Your explanation is this. Interest rates went down, meaning investment spending now is going to go up, consumer spending is going to go up, causing then aggregate demand to increase, and in the long run, we're going to get economic growth increasing. All right? Part of the big reason why is because businesses, we think that businesses are going to spend money to increase productivity. They're going to buy more machines and tools with those lower interest rates because they're going to borrow more money. They're now going to become more productive. Now we're going to have economic growth. That's your explanation there. All right, that's it for today. Please go download the Clifford review, okay? He's going to reteach and review all this stuff. Some of you have already gotten with me on that. That's great. That is going to be the reteaching and the reviewing. This, what I'm doing here, this is, we're just getting right into the thick of the FRQ practice.